What is up, guys? Edgar here, lifestylesdefined.com. Welcome back. So today I have something for those of you that are into the UFC or MMA in general. They actually revamped the UFC application, and I'll show you real quick. It's actually a nice update that they did to this application here. There wasn't anything wrong with the other one, but it was really simple and it didn't have a lot of features. But this one here is packed with a ton of new features here, and the menus, the content that you have on this in this update here is huge. So this is actually the upcoming event section here. Nice thumbnail there on top. You can go in here and actually jump into any of the events here. That's the Ultimate Fighter finale there. Cormier versus Jones 2. I know a lot of people are looking forward to this. With injuries and all that crap, sometimes that gets tiring, you know, people getting injured, but it's definitely a long time coming. Looking forward to that fight right there, especially because these two dudes hate each other in real life. So you can jump into that event there and kind of see. You can actually go into buy tickets there. You can pre-order the pay-per-view if you want to. They have the events here, and then they have some videos here. UFC 200, Cormier versus Jones 2. They have a few videos here that you can check out as well. We can go ahead and jump into past events, and you'll notice the recent fights that have happened in the last few days. Come on, load up. There it is. McDonald versus Thompson. I know I was pretty surprised to watch McDonald lose to Thompson. I mean, Thompson's a pretty talented dude, but I wasn't really expecting that fight to go the way it did. Then you have Rockhold versus Bisping. That was a crazy upset there. But Bisping, as much as a lot of people hate him, he's been working his ass off to try to get that belt, and finally he got it. So that was pretty sweet. But again, you can jump into any of these events here, and you can actually watch them from here as well. You can watch the pre-fight, the Q&A, the weigh-in. You can watch all this here. You can jump into the videos as well. Watch the pre-fight conference, Q&A, weigh-ins, all of that there. You can even share it and favorite this section as well. So a lot of good content happening in this application. Now they have the TV section here, which is going to give you like a guide. They have FS1 here, the Ultimate Fighter team, and then they have other deals here. They have Glory 31. So again, it's not just the UFC, it's for MMA fans in general, especially those of you that are into Fight Pass. They show a lot of free events here in this application, as well as the Xbox One application and the PS4 application. You can watch all these events there if you subscribe to UFC Fight Pass, and that's where this application becomes definitely worth it. So let's go and jump into the news section here. Top stories and videos. We have DC on the of course, we watched that happen whenever DC and John Jones decided to hit each other. Diaz McGregor 2. There's a press conference, you can watch that. A lot of really good content here. You can go into videos as well. And again, a lot of interviews, pre-fight, post-fight content and things like that. You can also search for anything really. You can even search for fighters as well. Let's go and jump into Fight Pass, and that's the sweet spot of the application here. So you have the latest live events, fight library, collections, features and shows, my queue, favorites, view history. So on favorites, I think I added something earlier. No, I did not. Okay, we can view my history here of what I actually enjoy watching. Damian Maia. I'm a big jiu-jitsu fan, and the way this guy, his talent for jiu-jitsu, it's just crazy. And I think he's definitely the best jiu-jitsu grappler or fighter to ever step into the octagon to this day. He's really impressive to watch. I love watching his fights. I know a lot of people like to watch the knockouts and things like that, but I like to watch jiu-jitsu and you know, just the technique and the clinics that Damian Maia puts on a lot of his opponents. And I think he's like on a 5 or 6 fight winning streak right now, so he's pretty hot right now. We can go into the latest. Again, I have a continue watching section here. Recommended, you know, because of some of the things I've watched, you have that there. So really easy to navigate all these sections here, and they make it really easy for you to find things. So for instance, I added Damian Maia to my favorites, favorite fighter, so he's right here, 23-6. That's his record right there. You can jump into him and actually check out his stats. I mean, this application is just super powerful. Again, I follow him here on this application. You have videos that have to do with Emi Maya. So super powerful. Again, if you are a UFC fan or UFC fan in general, or MMA fan in general, this is an application that you need to check out here. You have live events. I actually watched the Fedor fight here on my iPhone through this application here, which was really cool. And again, you know, they don't just feature UFC fights, they feature other promotions as well, and that's what makes this application worth it. Fight library, you can go in here and search for fights. Again, you have UFC, Pride, Strikeforce, whatever you want to look for. All these other promotions here, you can go into any of these right here and find different fights. So it's definitely worth it. Collections again. Ultimate Fedor, Brock Lesnar, the best of the beast. Okay. Face Off, Lesnar Hunt. They have all these different, and that's gonna be a good fight right here. Lesnar versus Hunt. I'm looking forward to that. The return of Brock Lesnar. He is a huge cash in for the UFC. So obviously that's a smart move as far as business, and of course I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar, so I think it'll be nice to have him back in the UFC. Again, it's just full of features, so much content you can find in here. Let's go ahead and jump into fighters here. You have the champions. Demetrious Johnson, this guy needs a lot. I mean, he deserves a lot of credit. He's definitely one of the best fighters of all time. In all honesty, he's put a lot of work in, and he's dominated almost anyone he's fought in the UFC, or really anyone he's fought in the UFC. Dominic Cruz, love to watch that guy fight. Conor McGregor, obviously, very interesting dude. I don't hate him, but he definitely makes it fun. Rafael Dos Anjos, that guy's pretty damn talented too. Robbie Lawler, brawler. Bisping finally got his belt. Cormier got to fight John Jones to prove he's the champion. New champion here, took out Wardum. I was kind of I don't know if I would say happy about it, but kind of nice to have someone else besides him. She's a freaking crazy fighter. If you guys ever watch her fight, Joanna, this girl is a crazy fighter. And then of course you got Miesha Tate, who finally got the belt too. She was fighting for that belt for a long time, so really happy that she has the belt now. You can also do it by alphabet here and search for fighters that way. There we are, and you can let me see if it'll let me do. Yep, you can actually skip by letter, so that's pretty cool. And then you can do by rankings as well. So this is a bit of a walkthrough, not necessarily a review of the application, but just a walkthrough. So again, this is by pound for pound. John Jones, #1 pound for pound. Demetrious Johnson, Dominic Cruz, Robbie Lawler. You have all these people here. Frankie Edgar, one of my favorite fighters too. That's an interesting list right here. All right, let's go to the more section here to show you what else is left. Come on, dude. Account settings, order history, restore purchases, sign out. You have all the settings and stuff like that. Let's check out the Octagon girls. I know a lot of people like to see that, of course. We all know Ariane. She's probably the most popular out of all the girls there. But, you know, here's a little something for all of you guys. There you go. Let me scroll really slowly. There you go. Check these girls out. Just for you guys. But anyway, again, if you are a UFC fan, if you love MMA in general, again, this application doesn't just feature UFC events. They actually do other promotions as well. And the thing is, you can actually search for fights. So you have a favorite fighter. Like, I obviously like Chuck Liddell, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Chuck Liddell. You can check out all his the fights that he has been on, and yeah, this application is definitely worth it here if you haven't done so. If you love the UFC or MMA in general, this is one application that you need to get. I subscribe to UFC Fight Pass, and I think it's $10.99, $9.99 a month. I could be wrong, I can't remember, but it's definitely worth it. I've actually caught a lot of events that I've watched here for free. Well, not for free, but for the $10. But the other thing is that a lot of the prelims, you get to catch them here for free, and you always have a lot of good fights in the prelims. A lot of times you see fighters that are up and coming, and so it's nice to see that talent, the young talent that's coming up. But you know, for $10.99 a month, I get to see a lot of fights. I pretty much can search for any fight I want, watch past events. I don't have to go searching to MMAcore.com or anything like that. It's all here, and it's definitely worth it. So again, for UFC fans or MMA fans in general, check out the UFC application. It's been revamped, and I think it's definitely worth it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. As always, my name is Edgar, signing off. Peace.
From the deep forest into the sun.